Hi guys, Holly Priestley here with 8Z Real Estate. I am going to do something a little bit different right now and talk about my personal experience and how I accidentally kind of bought a house when I was 24. So let's just get right into it. The Christmas right after I turned 24, I was talking to my folks and kind of got it in my head that I wanted to buy a house by the time I was 30. Did they think that was possible? And they said, yes, absolutely. I mean, you've got 6 years between now and then. You can definitely, save up to buy a house by the time you're 30. Just do some research and you'll know the steps. So I did. Um, I was home alone on Christmas, which sounds really sad, but wasn't. Please don't take it in a sad way. I just really needed something to do on Christmas to keep me off of the Facebook, which is what made it sad that I was home alone on Christmas. So I had previously talked to my folks about maybe buying a house by the time I'm 30. How do I do that? I have no idea. I will consult Professor Google. So I did. I spent all of Christmas basically researching how to buy a house, what the process is, and is it even feasible? I applied through the credit union that I was using at the time to see if they would even loan me money because I'm 24 years old and I just got this, salaried benefited position with a company that I thought was amazing. But my work history was scattered. My credit was good, luckily. But I figured there's no way anybody's going to approve me for a loan. But why don't I just try, see what that step is, see why they say no, and then I can fix whatever the issue was. So found out the next day or two that I was going to be approved for a loan, and that was pretty cool. So then I kind of thought, okay, well, what's next? What's the next piece? I talked to a realtor, and that went well. She didn't tell me that, there's no way she was going to help me buy a house or anything. Um, so then, she did suggest that I talk to another lender, one that specifically does home loans versus just going through my credit union, which now, as a realtor, I completely understand and I absolutely recommend that my clients always get a second, third, fourth, fifth opinion as well, because different companies offer different programs. Anyway, she asked me to talk to another lender, so I did. Found out I was approved for the CHAFA program, Colorado Housing and Finance Authority, and that was a really good program for me in the situation I was in. So went with that. Great, awesome. Somebody else is going to loan me money for a house. That's great. That means I must be qualified for it, right? But with the CHAFA loan, there came certain restrictions. It's kind of similar to FHA, whether like if it's a townhome or a condo, it needs to be FHA approved or, it needs to fit some criteria. And personally, I needed it to fit my criteria, right? Like I need to live there and I have dogs. I would love a yard. A garage is an added bonus. Here's my budget. Um, so I started looking at homes that fit those criteria and kind of overlapped in the Venn diagram of the lender's criteria and mine. And then a house popped up that I wanted to go see. I asked my realtor if we could go see it. We did. And I liked it and I wanted to put in an offer on it. So what's that process like? I put in an offer on the house. There were 11 others. We were the 12th offer on this particular townhome. And, I wrote out the earnest money check and I signed the documents and they said that we would hear back later on that evening and they picked my offer. And that was really surprising because who's going to do that? I mean, there were 12 offers. Like, how on earth is mine the best? I did include a little letter about myself and a picture of my dog because she's the best. And I think that might have had something to do with it. It was a pretty strong offer. I'm sure my realtor had her hand in it as well. So then we're under contract. Then we're in escrow. Then what do we do? Surely something's going to be wrong with this deal, right? Like something's going to fall through. So just went through the process, had an inspection done, asked them to, fix a couple of things. They did. The appraisal was done. It came back and it had conditions. So the sellers did fix those things as well, which was really helpful. And then basically ended up at the closing table and signed like a stack of papers and had a house. And so I joke that I kind of bought it by accident because I really didn't think it was going to happen. And I was kind of doing it as an experiment to see how do I get from point A to point B, so that by the time I'm 30, I can actually get from point A to point B, because who's going to give a 24-year-old with sketchy job history a loan? Like, how is this going to work out? I just knew there was going to be a road bump somewhere along the way, and that would be that. And I would learn, okay, here's the road bump. Now I need to spend however much time it takes learning how to get past the road bump. But it turned out there weren't any major road bumps, and I bought a house. And so I've owned that for a few years now. I don't live there anymore. Now I rent it out, which is a whole nother video series in and of itself. But that's kind of the basics. So I want to share with you, especially first-time homebuyers, especially younger homebuyers, or single female homebuyers, because that's a niche for sure. I wanna in future videos share with you the things that I learned, the things that surprised me at the time, and hopefully share little bits of wisdom that might make you feel better about tackling the challenge of buying a house or whatever it is that you want to do. So future videos, I'll talk about the surprises that I had, and the things that I learned that might help you in your home buying process go a little bit smoother. If you have any specific questions for me about my experience, or being a first-time home buyer, or second or third, or being a landlord, or anything of that nature, shoot me an email or a text or a Facebook message or whatever, and let me know, and I will definitely be sure to address those in future videos. I want to know how I can best help you guys. So if you have questions, shoot them my way. I'll do my best to answer them. Again, this is Holly Priestley with 8Z Real Estate. I am your local area expert for the Western Corridor of Denver, and I'm the house matchmaker, and I'm going to help you find your match. Have a great day.